Hi there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com. Here's the new video series I think I'm going to try to be doing daily. I can't promise this will be done every day, especially weekends like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but I'm going to try to at least record or do live streams for the arena dailies that I'm doing. I thought, hey, I'm doing these every day. Might as well share the love, show YouTube the decks that I'm working on or what I use for the dailies. And if people enjoy these, we'll keep doing them. If not, we'll throw it in the trash can. Like I said, there'll probably be a mix between recorded videos such as this one and live streams. The live streams will probably happen between 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the best time for me to do the daily arenas. Usually I come to the store, hash out my dailies, and then go about the rest of the day. I think that's the only worthwhile time to play arena is when you get these bonuses, and then there's just no incentive to do so. Hopefully in the future, Wizards will actually ramp this up. These are quite boring. The dailies are the same old boring stuff every day. So this one today is cast 20 white or black spells. At least it's not attack with 30 creatures or play 15 lands or some nonsense like that. Like, they are just so generic and boring. What I like to see these little dailies or weeklies be is card specific or combo specific, or just a little bit more creativity involved than cast 20 white or black spells. Snooze. Well, I mean, I don't know why I keep going down this road with hoping Wizards will just get better. Unfortunately, I think Arena has just become more of the same. It's become a cash cow now. There's very little incentive for them to update it or make it, like I said, more interesting. But we're crossing our fingers. We're having faith that Wizards of the Coast will do the right thing and actually make this more of an interesting platform to brew decks on and play interesting, fun decks. So anyway, let's get going to it. So cast 20 white or black spells. So I'm going to go ahead and play a quick constructed. And I think the deck that I want to play for this one is going to be so you need to do a white deck or a black deck. So we either have the Oketra's Monument or the Monoblack Gift. In the future, when we stream these sort of things, I'll let the chat decide what we end up playing. But I think we're going to go with Monoblack Gift. So this is a fun little deck that is a take on the Marionette Master Metalwork Colossus combo. Going to keep the same numbers of 3 and 2 of the 3 Marionette Masters, 2 Metalwork Colossuses, but instead of blue as our dig engine, we're using black. So black is going to have cards like the Stitcher Supplier and the Costly Plunder to really dig for those Gate to the Afterlives, or Stitcher Supplier is just going to self-mill. Costly Plunder is going to dig for the Gate to the Afterlives. And then we're just going to be running a bunch of value creatures. The Dire Fleet Hoarder leaves back a treasure. The Seekers Squire explores. Tomb Robber is a card that, unfortunately, I wish this was a 2-mana cost card, not a 3-mana cost. So 3 mana just really competes with the rest of the curve, and it's just kind of meh at that point when you want to be casting the Gate to the Afterlife, not casting a Tomb Robber and then activating the abilities. But the one that was nice in here, same with Yahenni. Yahenni is a great way to sacrifice creatures once you have the Gate to the Afterlife out, and then you can get a bunch of cards in your grave rather than activate the Gate to the Afterlife. Ravenous Chupacabra, I think, is a necessary evil at the moment. Gonti can be in this place. What other cards I think I've used in this? Any sort of value-based card like Twilight Prophet can even be in this place. I've had the Demon of Catastrophes here in the sideboard. Just a good 4-drop value creature. Treasure Keeper, that's another one that could easily be in here. But I think we do want a little bit of control. This is a great target to reanimate with the the God-Pharaohs Gift if you don't have the combo quite yet. So that's kind of the gist of why we are running the Chupacabras. What I like about this deck is Cabal Stronghold is extremely good, and we will win some games with Cabal Stronghold and go Walking Ballista, or just hard casting Metalwork Colossuses, or God-Pharaohs Gifts at that point. I mean, this card is a real card in this deck. So again, that's the gist of it. I think I have a better deck tech of it somewhere out there on the YouTubes. However, we are just going to get right into the game. So let's go ahead and choose our deck, being the Monoblack Gift, submit the deck, and let's lose some matchups. So again, this isn't the most powerful deck. We're going to be lucky to go 3 and 3, 4 and 3. I don't know. Right now, it struggles versus a lot of decks that the Marionette Master, the blue deck, is much better at because it's just a lot more consistent. I don't really think there's much advantages to this deck over the blue version, the blue-black version. However, it's a fun deck to play. So this is a keepable hand. We have the Metalwork Colossus. We have Costly Plunders. What we need to find now is just some creatures to kill with the Costly Plunders. Still trying to figure out if I like Costly Plunder more than the Morbid Curiosity. So far, of course, Costly Plunder, but it's so much fun to Morbid Curiosity and Metalwork Colossus, which has happened. Drawing 11 cards is no joke. So our opponent mulligans. And then mulligans again. So this one's going to go good for us if we can hit the right cards off the top. And we will go ahead and throw out the swamp and pass the turn. I'm not really against Costly Plundering a Walking Ballista. That's not a terrible plan. And so we're playing against a green deck. Typically green decks are decks that I do like facing because they don't put enough pressure a lot of times for the combo. Merfolk Branchwalker. I'm not going to kill it in response. Finds a Thrashing. Brought on in the graveyard, though. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we'll just pass the turn. I don't think we need to Costly Plunder this turn. So it looks like our opponent missed a land drop. That's why it skipped all the way to the attack phase. So I'm just going to Costly Plunder it, block it. All right, that's fine. Now we have some better targets for the second Costly Plunder. So here we go. We go the Ravenous Chupacabra. And we kill the Merfolk Branchwalker, pass the turn. And again, now this is all about just digging for the Gate to the Afterlife. One creature in the graveyard. We can guarantee 2 more with the Walking Ballista. Stronghold is actually net up mana at the moment. We're going to attack first with the Chup. And then we're going to activate the the Cabal Stronghold. And we lost our music there. Thanks, Arena. Then we will Costly Plunder the Direfleet Hoarder. Yeah, that's probably better. Maybe I could wait for... Yeah, we'll do that. So Costly Plunder finds us 2 more cards. Finds us a Swamp and another Costly Plunder. We'll just let it go. All right, so we're actually going against a Soul Tie deck. This could be it probably is a Winding Constrictor. Okay, I don't know what we're facing. Oh, maybe they're splashing for like Hostage Taker in the normal Winding Constrictor deck. And Torrential Gearhulk sometimes, or Scarab God. That's what it usually is. So we have some time to definitely set up here. We found a Stitcher Supplier. That's going to be a good one. Well, let's go ahead and Cabal Stronghold again. Cast a Stitcher Supplier. Costly Plunder. What did it find us? I don't know if I'm actually ready to Costly Plunder at the moment. That's still the best use. I could kill... Walking Ballista could kill the Winding Constrictor. No, I'm going to Costly Plunder the Stitcher Supplier. Try to find us some more juice. Still doesn't find what we need. We have plenty of cards in the graveyard now that these Stitcher Supplier are losing their... we'll cast another one, though. And still have not found a Gate to the Afterlife now. That is not where we want to be. We'll pass the turn, though. This Winding Constrictor can get very out of control now with the mana out. I'd hate to see a Walking Ballista here. We do have quite a bit of value or chump blockers for a while. Any sort of trampling-based card, though, can go through. Jaylight Ranger I'm not too worried about. It's going to be a... huge, potentially a 6/5. So see if my opponent keeps that on top, keeps it on top. Say up a 6/5. Constrictor can't attack in though, so we're in great shape there. And do I just start hard casting Metalwork Colossuses? Is that the... How much can I generate here? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope, okay. So I'm just going to make a monstrosity of a Walking Ballista. So, Walking Ballista on 5. How's that? And we are going to kill the Winding Constrictor, though. And pass the turn. So, unfortunately, we've gone through our entire, like, half our deck without finding the... 9 of that was milled. But, yeah, that's pretty terrible. Odds not to find a Gate to the Afterlife yet. So Winding Constrictor number 2. I mean, I'm glad we took care of the other one. This Merfolk Branchwalker would be huge. We are definitely going to kill it in response. just in case, as I don't want to deal with another big creature. And this will resolve and find a land, so we actually didn't need to worry about it, but it is what it is. So I don't want to... yeah, we'll just chump. Kill the J-Light Ranger unless there's a Blossoming Defense that comes out. If not, we still get a card for cards we don't need anymore. And a Blossoming Defense won't be able to protect a Winding Constrictor. We have no better other play than just to pump up our Ballista to kill the Winding Constrictor. I have a feeling Sister Supplier is going to find me Gate to the Afterlife galore here, though. No, still did not find it. So we're down to 29 cards and still no Gate to the Afterlife. If we draw a swamp, we can just start firing off these Metalwork Colossuses, which is ridiculous. Another Cabal Stronghold could also do that. Ay. Or do we just want to throw in a bunch of mana to our Walking Ballista? This is just absolutely crazy how much mana we're producing with our 21 land deck. So, again, this could get a Blossoming Defense out. Nope. Okay. We are definitely in the driver's seat. What a crazy game this has been. Hostage Taker is not going to do anything because it's going to come in, try to, and we'll just remove a counter. And I mean, it does take care of a Walking Ballista, which is definitely a pain for my opponent. Marionette Master will do it, so... I just want to go a Walking Ballista here, or a Metalwork Colossus. I think I am just going to throw out a Metalwork Colossus. We are hard casting a Metalwork Colossus with no artifacts to reduce it. Silly. Doesn't have menace or anything, so it's just a big chump blocker at this point. Haven't found a Gate to the Afterlife either. The Hostage Taker number 2 takes the Metalwork Colossus. We're going to get hit by 2 here as well. But my opponent's never going to be able to cast that, so we're going to be able to get it back as soon as this Hostage Taker dies. I don't like how... oh, okay, it does show which Hostage Taker. There's the 3rd Winding Constrictor from my opponent, and we get yet another swamp. So let's cast another one. How about that? Jeez. Maybe I should just put in one of Torment of Hailfire here. And the 3rd Hostage Taker. Surprise, surprise. So 3 Hostage Takers and 3 Winding Constrictors in my opponent's hand. No payoff yet for the Winding Constrictor. We're taking 6 here, though. And now I have to put out a defensive Marionette Master. Costly Plunder is actually really good here. Too bad we didn't... oh, no. Costly Plunder actually... I was thinking Morbid Curiosity. So we'll Marionette Master. I'm just going to... we're going to use this one as well. And throw out servos just because we need to be on the defensive. And Costly Plunder. One of the servos. Submit it. Can we draw some cards here? No, we can't. We can kill a Hostage Taker that has one of this Marionette Masters down, though. Or would rather do a treasure. We can do both. So, Ravenous Chup on the Hostage Taker gives us back Metalwork Colossus. And we have a Treasure Keeper. Okay, so we're still looking pretty good. I don't know if the 4th Hostage Taker is going to come out. I'd be much more worried about something like a Scarab God. But my opponent finds the next. There's the Scarab God, which my opponent will keep on top because it does wreck my deck. And Adventurer's Impulse is then going to find the Scarab God on top. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're not going to pick something besides that. So we have a lot of juicy stuff we can still draw into. Crazy we haven't been able to find... So I'm going to go ahead and attack in with the Metalwork Colossus. I'm sure it will just be chump blocked by the J-Light Ranger. No, it's going to be a Hostage Taker that doesn't have anything underneath it. And look, we have another Cabal Stronghold. So let's see, we have 10 lands out, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 7 lands left in the deck. Our deck is literally God-Pharaohs Gift, Gate to the Afterlife, and lands left. But this Scarab God's going to wreck us unless we find an answer, and unfortunately we do not find an answer. We can, however, start attacking with Metalwork Colossus. And I'll just leave this swamp up. Absolutely ridiculous luck. That is, we've gone through the 2/3 of our deck without finding one of the namesake cards. We could draw another Walking Ballista and just win too. Oh, no, we can't draw another Walking Ballista because all 4 of them in our graveyard now. So I'm sure this is just going to bring back Chups with the Scarab God, and my opponent can bring back 2 per turn. It is nice my opponent is just main phasing these though. No, Hostage Taker for another Metalwork Colossus. Yeah, 2 activations per turn on the Scarab God. Absolutely ridiculous game. I think we've used all of our Costly Plunders. Yep, all 4 of them have been used. And they're going to go for their own Jadelight Ranger. That's interesting. Just trying to get out aggro me, out value me. Gonna probably throw both of those. Yeah, it has that in the hand. Oh yeah. At least Seekers Squire can help but get us there, possibly. I mean, God-Pharaohs Gift is actually terrible now, though. I mean, we have to put that in a library, but Scarab God just absolutely, yep, keeps us down. We lose. Took us literally 2/3 of our deck to find the Gate to the Afterlife. So there's 4 Gate to the Afterlives and 2 God-Pharaohs Gift left, and I believe we counted 9 lands left. So that's, yeah, 13. Jeez. Maybe I need another payoff in this deck. We do have a Metalwork Colossus we can draw into as well. Or, I mean, a Marionette Master. But my opponent just starts to eat everything out of my graveyard. Hopefully my opponent's not that smart and doesn't leave back mana. You see this with Scarab God decks all the time. What my opponent really needs to do is just get back on my Ravenous Chupacabras, kill the Marionette Master. Or get back their own Hostage Taker as well. That's fine. Decides to go for a Jadelight Ranger. Definitely don't like this play. I think my graveyard's a lot better to shut down than my opponent's graveyard. Keeps Rishkar on top. Yeah, Rishkar's smart to keep on top because that's even more mana. But I think we're locked out from that Scarab God. So my opponent, without draw, can find Scarab. I guess they have Adventurous Impulse. Okay, my opponent is not a smart player. Okay. I think we might have just won this. I need a way to sacrifice. Oh, that was really nice of my opponent, too, to attack in with the Jadelight Ranger. Because now Treasure Keeper finds us a Gate to the Afterlife. Yeah, we are locked out here, except my opponent just does not know how to use Scarab God properly. Yep, this goes onto the battlefield right now. And 2 mana, we don't know. My library. We can look at my library and see what we have left. Oh, all the good stuff. Morbid Curiosity is awesome. We can literally draw out our deck here. But it's post-attack. We could draw 6 cards with Marionette Master. Is that just better to find? I think that is. Like, I don't know if I like this play. Is it better with the just to kill the God-Pharaohs Gift? We draw 7. No, it's definitely better with the Marionette Master. So we're going to Morbid Curiosity, the Marionette Master, draw 6 cards. And if I miss here, I swear to God. Well, I missed here, so we're swearing to God. That is ridiculous. Oh, yeah. I mean, Yahenni's awesome to pick here. I think we might just have the win. Yeah, we do have the win with Yahenni, but we draw all swamps and 2 cards off of that. Oh, that is so gross. Yeah, I think we can just cast Yahenni for sure. And we need to get back a Ravenous Chup. No, I still don't even have a Marionette Master. This is because I had to kill it to find this. So we're going to go to combat. Ugh. I can't just kill the Scarab God. I need to kill this to get back Ravenous Chup. So, combat. Oh my goodness, this is just gross. Do we still win though? Even getting back a Walking Ballista is pretty good here. Is that just better than getting back a Ravenous Chup? Because how much mana... I mean, I can generate a lot of mana. I'm just going to go for Chup. Oh my... Of course, the last card in hand is a Blossoming Defense. GG. And now we are definitely locked out from the Scarab God. I give up. I give up with this game. Yeah, there's no point in attacking in. So I should have gone Walking Ballista. And we lose a metric ton of life here. But I can still hardcast the God-Pharaohs Gift or a Gate to the Afterlife. We still have 3 and 1 left in our 11-card library. Oh. But keeps the Rishkar. Rishkar allows for possibly some more activations. Blossoming Defense. We know this is a Rishkar, and then my opponent's out of cards. Do I even have enough blockers here? I don't think I do. Do I just die here? I think I... Yeah, I can't let 6 damage go through. My opponent just needs to get Chups back with the Scarab God. Absolutely terrible luck. I don't know. Walking Ballista is the right call there. Because how much could I generated? 6, 7, 8, 9. So 6, 12. My opponent decides to just cast the Ravenous Chupacabra under. But I'm down to a 6. I have to block, and then I die. My opponent just needs to attack in with everything. My opponent is worried about what I have in my hand. I don't know why I didn't cast a Stitcher Supplier, because I didn't want to mill. That's what it was about. But oh, so gross. I've used all my Marionette Masters as well. How did I miss on that? And yeah, my opponent, I think, so we can block. We have to block all the 6s. And that's still 8 going through. So dumb. Womp womp, Arena. Go on to the next one. Yeah, that's one of the good reasons for the blue version as well, is finding the champion of wits can be, if you have nothing better to do, like your self-mill just finds champions, you can, once you have 7 mana, you can cast those and get card advantage. That's one of the problems with this deck. I might need to go back up in another Morbid Curiosity just because it's a way for me to just draw a ton of cards. And it's not that bad with the Cabal. Even if you have to do it on like a Ravenous Chupacabra, it's drawing 4 cards. But that was the stickiest situation. Like that was our opponent mulling to 5, finding 3 hostage takers in a row, 3 Widening Constrictors in a row, and then finding that Scarab God, which is absolutely ridiculous. Especially the opponent keeping some lackluster cards on top, misusing Scarab God. All right, we have it in our hand. I think we keep this one. I don't like this God-Pharaohs Gift. That's, again, the blue version has a way to get rid of cards out of your hand. And we have a Deadeye... we have a Deadeye Tracker that just shuts us down. Now, I didn't want to cast this stupid Stitcher Supplier because it gives my opponent... I hate my life. I have not seen this card in literally since Ixalan came out. People have not been playing this card. And has a follow-up Duress. So I could have actually cast a Stitcher Supplier. So my opponent should get rid of the Gate to the Afterlife, and then I just cry. Turn 1 hate card. Ay, ay, ay. And knowing our luck, it's going to take us 9 years to find the gate to the third and fourth, or the second and third and fourth gate to the afterlives. We have no card draw here. And I do absolutely 100% need to kill this Deadeye Tracker. This is another card I guess I could put in my deck, but it doesn't work off my own graveyard, only my opponent's graveyard. It's a decent little sideboard option. Okay, pass the turn. Good God. Okay, alright, so we are going to do this play. Unfortunately, we have Citrus Supplier galore where we don't have our third land anywhere in sight. And the Deadeye Tracker bites the dust, unless there's some sort of pump spell, knowing my luck. So we take care of that. That is a very problematic card for us to deal with. Mind Rot actually is very weak. I could care less about Mind Rot here. I'd actually trade 2 cards for that. Cabal Stronghold is weak as well. We'll play it out, though. Direfleet Hoarder. Citrus Supplier. And it found us another gate. Oh, I hate this card. Like, the blue with the Chart of Course and the champion, it's so much better to be able to control what gets milled. This is the worst feeling when you mill all your win conditions. There's no way to get it back. And now we are, unfortunately, drawing into the lands. We'll do another Stitcher Supplier, which is going to find us our third gate to the afterlife in the graveyard. Right? It's going to find gate and God-Pharaohs Gift. All right. Finds us lands. We actually don't care about any of those cards. I'll attack with the Direfleet Hoarder. And just getting them for some damage. So my opponent wants to block with the Stitcher Supplier. Yeah, that's, I think, what this deck needs. Maybe like a Bone Dragon or something. To get some value out of our... I mean, that's just such a non-bow, but I mean, we're self-milling quite well. Huh. You can actually Fatal Push it so you can get in with the Glint Sleeve Siphoner. What did it mill? Yep, there's the God-Pharaohs Gift and the other gate. We just lost. So I have one more gate that I can draw into, and that's it. I just have to laugh because the luck is just absolutely terrible today. And lo and behold, we find yet another swamp. So the 7 lands now. That's actually below us, right on average with where we should be. And another Fatal Push coming down. And we take 6 here because we cannot block. I think we milled all our tubes too. 1, 2... No, we're okay on the tubes. Hey, look what we draw. The best card in the entire deck. A swamp. So I guess I should have blocked there. Would have milled a swamp. I have to block now. Unfortunately, this Glint Sleeve is going to get out of control. And here we go. The Stitcher Supplier is going to find us the 4th. Oh, this says Menace. I can't even block. Rip. And that is game. Wow. MTG Arena hates us today. A random duress. One of duress. Out of my opponent's opening hand. to shut us down. And then I guess I shouldn't even ditch that God-Pharaohs Gift. Note to self, don't ditch God-Pharaohs Gifts. Just wait till you can hardcast them. Starting off with a terrible 0-2 versus 2 very weak, well, weak deck and an extremely weak opponent. So, not going our way. Deck is definitely not running on full cylinders. Can't go wrong with a 3-lander. Come on, Stitcher Supplier, I swear to God, you mill my gate to Afterlives again. I'm going to rip you up. Can't rip up digital cards, unfortunately. Morbid Curiosity is great. Don't you do it, Stitcher. Do we have, like, what is it, like a 75% chance of milling a gate to the Afterlife off of a Stitcher Supplier? Unbelievable. There's Johnny's Pridemate. Our opponent's living the dream. We can kill it with the Ravenous Chup, though. I'm going to go do a Seekers Squire over Direfleet Hoarder. We'll keep the Walking Ballista on top. Not attacking with anything. Probably not blocking either. Maybe blocking with the Stitcher Supplier. Depends on what if our opponent puts out a creature. I guess the Stitcher Supplier... Yeah, because I want the Walking Ballista. Do you know what? I don't really care. I probably should have thrown it in the graveyard to try to dig deeper. I kind of want to draw it, but... Random Sun-Scorched Desert, huh? Well, we're going to go for it. If my opponent's got a pump spell, they have a pump spell. What sort of cards get value out of the graveyard at the moment for black? Mighty Leap. Well, it's something we don't have to worry about in the future. A Mighty Leap. Okay. So Walking Ballista gets milled, and I swear, don't you gate. Oh, just a bunch of Walking Ballistas. Okay, I can handle that. And a Rustwing Falcon. If I lose to this deck, I think it's about time. It's funny because yesterday I went on an insane run. 28-1 in arena games yesterday. Which is just crazy, crazy. Crazy good luck streak. Now today it's catching up. So I still think I'm going to let this go through. I'm going to keep the Direfleet Hoarder back. Because I don't... maybe that's a wrong play. Maybe I should have blocked. I just want to keep it for a potential chump block on something else. Or when Primate gets a little bit bigger. So, alright. Well, we'll Chup on the Pridemate. And then attacking with the Direfleet Hoarder is fine. Okay, make a stand. A random make a stand. In there as well. Again, though, it's still a card for a card. I do not want to block with the Ravenous Chupacabra. I'll go on the Pridemate, though. My opponent might just sacrifice this Memorial to Glory to pump up the Johnny's Pridemate. Yep. So we'll block with the Direfleet Hoarder. We have a lot of time before we got a Mighty Leap out of there. We got to make a stand out of there too. Good thing about this deck is it does do a very good job chump blocking. We're only taking 1 damage. We are in good shape. Gives us a treasure, ramps us up. A Tome Robber is actually pretty good later on. I'm just going to Morbid Curiosity right now, though. And we can actually cast a Direfleet Hoarder here. Because we have no way of mana to actually just hard cast. So let's go a Seeker. Finds us another Cabal Stronghold. Okay. So this will chump block on the Johnny's Pridemate. And then next one we have the God-Pharaohs Gift to get back a Ravenous Chupacabra. It's a lot more difficult than it needed to be, though. Haven't found gates on time any game. Any of the one time it was in our hand. Good news, my opponent has 1 card in hand. It's going to be another make a stand, though. God-Pharaohs Gift. All right, so we have enough. And at this point, it is just going to be, unfortunately, just a Chup. Here it comes. Make a stand. Nope. Okay. We deal with it. And next turn, we have another Cabal Stronghold. that we can throw out. Fountain of Renewal, don't care about that. We're going to barely beat a draft deck, an M19 draft deck. So I have to take care of this Rustwing Falcon, too. Don't we have another Chup in the bin here, though? We don't. Okay. We don't have a Marionette Master or a Metalwork Colossus in the graveyard. Still, that's bad odds. Again, we should be finding one at half our deck. Oh, there it is, but unfortunately we drew it. So yeah, we have the win here. So this is what I'm gonna do. So we can go Stronghold, Tome Robber. Oh, I actually don't have quite the win. We can throw it in the graveyard. We don't need it any longer. So we're going to add 5 mana here to my mana pool. We can discard the Marionette Master. That one's okay. Just, well, let's continue to put in the graveyard. Cast the Direfleet Hoarder. Go to combat. Because we don't want to get rid of the God-Pharaohs Gift. So, combat, we lose our mana. However, we can bring back the Marionette Master. Could be like a seal away in my opponent's deck. I'm still going to go for it, though. So, Marionette Master. Creating servos. Geez, maybe my Noxious Gearhulks want to be main too. But the problem is when you start to have so much control against creatures, you end up going against control decks, and they're very bad. All right, so we're going to attack, and hopefully my opponent does not have a seal away. Most likely we'll just get chump blocked, but we're still in good shape at that point. And yes, indeed, they get chump blocked. I can only do 16 damage here, so we're going to have to pass the turn. And opponent gains a life. They can sack this to draw a card, but that's quite weak. Fumigate. The card is Fumigate. Well, I'm going to bring this back. My opponent's creature deck has Fumigate in it. Okay. And we draw a useless... land. However, I believe we just have the game here. So, oh no, we don't, because Walking Ballista or Marionette Master got exiled. So I think what we're gonna do is the best way to find what we need is gonna be Tome Robber. And I actually should have done like something like Seekers Squire. Whoops. Well, we'll do Seekers Squire. That can go in the graveyard. And we'll go ahead and attack. And cast this for 0. Rather than putting it in the graveyard, I think. Pridemate's not going to do it. Opponent can sacrifice the Fountain of Renewal, but it's... yeah, it doesn't do anything. Hey, it does find a Rustwing Falcon that puts my opponent up to 13 and now gets a chump blocker, so... ay, ay, ay. So chump block here, still dies though. Well, does Tome Robber do anything by... yeah, it just explores, so... there we go. We'll bring back a Chup. Which does it. As well as bring back a Walking Ballista. Which we can... oh, it's just 9 is fine. Oh, no, we can. We can sacrifice this. Put a counter. Put a counter. Put a counter. Attack. All attack. Boom. And that is game. Opponent takes a lot of damage. And we win our first game against an M19 draft deck. We get our daily done, though. We'll keep playing this until we run out of the lead. By the way, tonight, if you are 10:30 Eastern Standard Time looking for a live brew for Commander, we are going to be brewing the new Golgari Commander, the new Prosh, that creates insects for every creature in your graveyard. So join us at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. Keepable hand, but our Stitcher Supplier, don't you do it. Don't you do it. Okay, it actually finds one card we want in the graveyard. Green Pelt Rampager. I'm glad we're going against a Stompy deck because we have all the time in the world usually. We'll do Seekers Squire here. And graveyard the Hoarder. Get in for some damage. I'm sure my opponent's just going to be casting Greenbelt, possibly this turn. Yep. And, geez, I don't even want to do another Stitcher Supplier at this point. And it finds us the gate to the Afterlife. What a jerk. What we need to find is like a... we need to find a land and a Morbid Curiosity. Oh, Morbid Curiosity got... we need a Costly Plunder. Man, every time this gate gets milled. I know that we do probably mill as much as we've drawn, so... but still, it's been pretty bad luck with the Stitchers. At least 50% hitting gates. And we actually already... no, we don't. We only have two creatures in the graveyard. Opponent is trying to decide if they want to attack in, which I would highly advise against, because I will block like crazy. Unfortunately, it is another Direfleet Hoarder. And we'll pass the turn. So, this is not going well for us. We need that gate to the Afterlife. Another Jadelight Ranger. Which finds Ronus, which I'm sure my opponent will keep on top, because that is the card that is going to get the job done for sure. And that is a terrible attack by my opponent, but we'll take it. Thank you for that attack. Ramps me up into the treasures I need. And wipes my opponent's board. I don't really care about a Blossom Defense either there. It's still a card. And there is 2 of those. Costly Plunder will be nice. Yeah, I think Costly Plunder is the right call. What did it mill? Alright, did not mill another one, so we found another land. And we could Costly Plunder again. I don't think I need these treasures. I'd rather just Chupacabra away while the Blossom Defense is down. And on the green field, actually, because I can chump block. The Jade Light Ranger, my opponent decides to attack in. Well, now I can't. With a Sky Sovereign's Consul's Flagship. I can still chump block if I want. I think I'll keep it back. Yeah, because I want something to be able to... That's actually a difficult card for me to deal with. There's a Cabal Stronghold. I think we'll do it here. Costly Plunder. The last card, so if I would have done it earlier, I'd have been okay. Ay, ay, ay. I'm so done. And I'm taking a ton of damage here. A resilient Kendra. I think we lost this one, which is absolutely, again, ridiculous. With the stop finding Gate to the Afterlife every time, Stitcher. Hey, we get another Costly Plunder. Because I don't think I survived this no matter what. Because Chup kills a Jade Light Ranger, and then I still attack in for lethal next turn. Right? Because I can't stop this, yeah, I can't stop it. Well, let's see what we would have drawn. Lame deck. Double Metalwork Colossus. Oh my goodness. Well, this deck was a massive failure today. Again, I'm going to chalk up the vast majority of this was horrible variance. Like, the Stitcher Supplier, out of all of the cards, so we have 3 cards, going through 3 cards, and there's 4 cards in the entire deck, and you have, so 4 out of 53 after the first 7 draws. Someone do the math for it of our Stitcher Supplier. Oh, in my opinion, that had to be over 50% chance of milling a Gate to the Afterlife. So Costly Plunders weren't finding right cards. Like, the amount of times we're drawing the Marionette Masters and the Metalwork Colossuses rather than milling them off of the... And keep in mind, you have a higher chance of milling the combination of Marionette Masters and Metalwork Colossus than you do a God-Pharaohs Gift. And, yeah, So, let this be a lesson. Never, ever, 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 ever congratulate your good luck. Like I said yesterday with the 28-1 run that I went on. This is what happens. The karma comes and kicks you right in the balls and says, no more good luck. You're going to have all the bad luck in the entire world. I do like this deck, though. I think there's some interesting stuff to it. Maybe Noxious Gearhulk, if people are playing a lot more creature-based decks, is something that could go in the main. Cutting the Stitcher Supplier. Screw that card. I know the Stitcher Supplier is like the only way to get off a turn 4, though. You need Stitcher Supplier on turn 1 to mill a Metalwork Colossus and a Marionette Master, and then die, and then mill. So out of those 6 cards that get milled, you need to find the Metalwork and the Marionette Master, and then enough creatures to then activate the God-Pharaohs Gift, or the ATF to find God-Pharaohs Gift, and then do the combo. But the blue-black version is just so much better. You get to control your draws rather than just blindly mill. The only blind mill you have in your deck is the 1/2, the energy one. I can't think of the card's name. Well, I'll show you it real quick. Like, this is my go-to deck. Be looking forward to a video There's so many videos out here for the God-Pharaohs Gift blue-black version, but Minister of Inquiries is the only random mill, and then everything else in your deck, like Chart a Course and Strategic Planning and Champion Wits, allows you to guarantee good, like, the cards you want in the graveyard. So, like, Strategic Planning, if you look at the top 3 and one of them's Metalwork Colossus, of course, is going in the graveyard. Champion Wits, if you have it in your hand, that's a way to loot it out. Same thing with Chart a Course. Then we have other cards like Trophy Mage to dig for that Gate to the Afterlife, as well as the Clinton S. Crane. So I think this deck is a lot more consistent in finding the Gate to the Afterlife. It's that much, it's that more important. So possibly the way that I need to revamp this deck is possibly I don't need as many turn 2s, like the Seekers, like Stitcher Supplier just might not be necessary for this deck. And throwing Noxious Gearhulks in the main and something like Gonti in the main that just gives value. Gonti's a great card too because it draws a card. It basically draws one of your opponent's cards as well as puts back a 2/3 Death Toucher. So I'm sure that's the right route to go rather than, or maybe even more in these Treasure Keepers that can find, like, I swear to God though, every time I run Treasure Keeper it finds something that can't be cast, like a Walking Ballista. So I probably should cut Treasure Keeper just for Gonti. Let's go ahead and cut that. Throw in a Gonti here. Probably do want 2 Gontis. And I still want another. This would add some value to the Morbid Curiosity. And again, maybe it's just like the Seekers Squire that I don't need. Tomb Robber is the one way we can control the Metalworks going in the graveyard. So I don't know if I want to go down on that. And I don't really want to cut the Stitcher Suppliers. But it's at that point that not being able to control those mills is rough. But I don't know. I'm going to say it right now as a 62 card deck. I'll revisit it with the right numbers. But vintage of this deck, you can always come over to roguedeckbuilder.com and purchase a Monoblack gift deck. Of course, it will, or the cards, you can come over to our TCG player store at Gone Rogue Games. If you just go over to roguedeckbuilder.com, click on card singles, you can find all of these singles up at our TCG player store. So if you're looking to support this channel and you like these type of daily deck techs and other things we'll be doing, I'm going to try to revamp this channel. I am re-energized. I'm going to try to pump out the videos, and all those proceeds go towards new equipment and for upping my game here at Rogue Deck Builder. Anyway, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching.